In this episode, let's talk about the first full-fledged university in the world and its founder. Although there are differences of opinion, many historians consider Ptolemy I Soter, the pharaoh of ancient Egypt, founded the world's first full-fledged university. He established it in the city of Alexandria, the capital of then Egypt. It is said that it had full facilities and grants that a modern university enjoys. It was famous for many scientific and literary works, and became the first full-scale research center in history. It was a large complex of buildings with lecture halls and gardens, and was built near the king's palace. Salaries and other expenses were borne by the king himself. The famous Alexandrian Library was a part of the university. The university seems to have continued till the 5th century AD. Who was Ptolemy I Soter? He was the childhood friend of Alexander the Great and the military general his army. After Alexander's death, Ptolemy took charge of Egypt. Later he became the king of that country. Thus he founded the Macedonian dynasty in Egypt. Alexander suffered from a febrile illness, malaria or typhoid, for 2 weeks in his last days, and died on the 10th of June 323 BCE. The vast empire built by Alexander was then divided between his 3 chief generals, Perdiccas, Seleucus and Ptolemy I. It is also said that there were fights between the 3 of the emperors for supremacy. Initially, Ptolemy was a satrap, means governor of a province in ancient Persia. He is said to have married Nectanebo II, who was the daughter of the previous pharaoh. As was said earlier, the power crisis between the 3 generals led to several years of war. And finally Ptolemy took the control of Egypt, and became the king in 305 BCE after Alexander's death. His dynasty ruled Egypt for 300 years until Romans captured it. Ptolemy's major contributions as the king of Egypt. Ptolemy, like Alexander the Great, was a great learner. He was much interested in literary and scientific works. The main ones are: he developed Alexandria, the capital city of ancient Egypt, which was founded by Alexander the Great, as for Alexander's plans. He built Pharos Lighthouse, which was one of the wonders of the world at that time. For this, he took the help of the famous mathematician, Euclid. Ptolemy was greatly influenced by the classical Greek civilization of the Hellenistic age. And also because of his interest in books and learning, he established a great library in Alexandria. Later it became famous in the then scientific world. He also established a great museum in Alexandria called the Museum. It is famous for many scientific and literary works as the world's first research center. It was built near the pharaoh's palace with a complex of large buildings and gardens along with lecture halls. All its sustenance was borne by Pharaoh, the king of the country. Thus it is reputed to be the first university with all facilities. The famous Alexandrian Library became a part of the university. In this way, until the 5th century AD, the university seems to have continued uninterrupted. This is the story of the world's first university, in brief. Like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your comments. Thank you.